y'all, welcome back to my channel. You're watching CTV. My name is Calandra and I'm back with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about confidence. I'm going to be talking about how to develop more confidence as an introvert. And I know how people like to misconstrue things, but this is not me saying that all introverts have issues with confidence or all introverts are not confident. I'm just addressing those introverts that have issues with confidence because I am an introvert myself and I was not always confident. And if I were to rate my confidence on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give myself an 8.5, and I'm being completely honest. But it was a point where my confidence was probably like a -2. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't strive to be any better than what I thought I was, and I just never knew my worth. And I never even thought it was beautiful. And well, actually I did, but of course with me talking about this, I'm going to talk about what causes people to lose their confidence, or where does the lack of confidence even come from. When we come out the womb, when we're young, we don't automatically have these thoughts of self-doubt or lack of self-worth or what's pretty and what's ugly. We learn how we feel about these things. We kind of learn that stuff as we develop. And I'm not saying children don't automatically have their opinions, but it's the parents, it's the peers, the teachers, and the people around them that kind of have that influence on what's right, what's wrong, what's pretty, what's ugly. And that's kind of how that belief system comes into place. A lot of people's parents don't teach them about the right way to go about their perceptions, okay? And a lot of times, these perceptions are based on ignorance, based on all the isms, colorism, racism, texturism, everything, everything of the isms or the ist, you name it, can be taught onto people. Just a lot of ignorant stuff, not even about how you look, but how people act, how people believe certain things. Like, isn't it weird how people tell you to be yourself and then they tell you how to be yourself? That's the kind of world we live in. So in a world like this, it's kind of hard for people to be confident because people are constantly feeding you how you should look, how you should act, and telling you that you're not being yourself, or telling you how to be yourself. And then me personally, being bullied or picked on growing up. This video is not about me being bullied, but just an example of people picked on everything from my head to my toes. Not even my toes, but maybe from my head to my ankles. Tell me I'm ugly, talking about my hair, talking about how skinny I am. Eventually, over time, I'm going to believe something's wrong with me. I'm going to believe, I'm not beautiful or I'm not good enough, because that's what I'm constantly getting fed. And we are adaptable human beings. If you are very strong-willed naturally, then it won't affect you. But a lot of us, it can affect, because over time, it's just like, damn, is that really true? If more than one person is telling me the same thing about myself, and it can be a good or bad thing. However, also our abilities. Oftentimes when we're in school or in the workplace, some people are going to be, the top tier, I would say, are going to, do everything that's right according to that particular area or that particular class or that particular sport or a particular hobby that you want to do. And oftentimes people are belittled because they're not good at whatever it is that they're trying to do. Like for sports, people can kind of have a lot of confidence issues in sports because, oh, there's a quarterback. I don't know sports like that, but let's say there's a top quarterback who always, plays the game right. He always wins. And then there's also another person who's on a team that doesn't really know the game too well, that doesn't really play too well. So he's constantly being picked on by his teammates because they don't like the way he plays. And that can make him feel less of himself or make him feel like a loser because he's not good at football. So that's kind of how it is with life. That's kind of how it is with everything, for how you look, for your abilities, to how you do things. So now I'm going to talk about what to do to overcome that and what to do to heal from that. I'm not a therapist, but I do have a video up on my channel. You don't love yourself because you don't know yourself. And I'm talking about confidence and self-love, but also with loving yourself, you can be confident and also being, very self-aware. Self-awareness is probably the most important thing on being confident. You have to know yourself. You have to know your strengths, your weaknesses, and do you want to work on those strengths? How you look, like accept all your flaws, like literally look at everything and accept it for how it is, or you can change it. But if you do change it, you have to be 100% sure that change is going to change your confidence, because a lot of people are addicted to changing things about themselves, and every little bit of change can lead to more insecurities. Changing yourself may not be beneficial to everybody. Okay, everybody is different. That's the whole thing about this world. We're all different. We're not supposed to be the same person. So with that being said, accept that you're different. Okay, sometimes you have to accept that you're different. Like, I know I'm different from other people, and I accept that. Like, I didn't accept that, for a minute. I didn't have the body type that everybody claimed I should have. I didn't have the hair type that everybody claimed I should have. That's why I'm learning to work with what I have and to love what I have and even make it better than what it is right now. And that's what it comes down to, knowing yourself. How do you operate in social situations? Do you feel like you may be socially awkward and you want to be more sociable? Maybe you have to work on how you communicate with other people and what is causing you to be socially awkward. What is causing you to not be able to communicate or talk to other people, if that's something that you want to work on. So, I don't know. That's just how I feel about that. Get to know yourself. Spend time by yourself. I talk about that more in depth in that video, but this will be the main important step on being more confident. What happens when you don't know yourself, people are going to feel like I said in the beginning, they could just tell you about yourself and make you feel less of yourself than what you are. And nobody in this planet should make you feel like you're not good enough. And when you're confident in your ability to know what's right and what's wrong in your world, and what you're willing to accept and not accept, you're able to eliminate those people that make you feel less of yourself. So that is a plus when it comes to learning yourself and knowing what your likes and dislikes are. Like, learning what kind of music you like. So you can confidently, if somebody's like, do you like rock music? And you know you don't like rock music, you can be like, no, and not waste your time listening to rock music. That's just an example. Now, once you finally, start to learn who you are, and learning yourself is not an overnight type of thing. And you're not going to learn everything about yourself, because we're always growing and we're always evolving and we're always changing. So long as you can be content with yourself in every little step of your life, you will be able to develop confidence. All right. So with that being said, while we are not able to express ourselves or carry ourselves how we want to in, the outside world or the inside world, is because of fear. Okay? Being confident comes with the lack of fear. Of course, we're all going to be afraid to do things, but letting fear control your life can really hold you back. It can keep you stagnant. It can keep you from going to the next level. And what is causing these fears? What is causing you to be afraid to do things that you know is right, or to do things that are going to benefit you, or to even put yourself out there, to express yourself, to handle confrontation when people are trying to test you? What is, like, that could go a long way. Or to maybe audition for something that you always wanted to do. What is stopping you from doing these things? I would say the main thing is rejection, because rejection is kind of what starts the lack of confidence. Is that people, maybe you have a crush on somebody and that person does not find you attractive, they don't want you, and they tell you, okay, I don't want you. Or you end up being friends with somebody and they end up ghosting you. Stuff like that When you constantly feel like people are, constantly rejecting you or making you feel like shit, you're gonna feel like shit. It's just natural. Like it's just how it is, right? What can we do to handle these types of situations? What can we do when we're facing rejection? One thing is, rejection is going to happen to everybody. We're not going to get picked for everything. Maybe some people get picked for more things than others, but we're not going to get picked for everything. We're not going to be liked by everybody. We're not for everybody. Not every personality is going to click. Period. Not every, agency is going for your type of look. And sometimes that doesn't mean that that anything's wrong with you though. They just not looking for your type of specialties. They just not looking for you. And that's okay. Because you can find somebody that's way better than those people that are telling you that you ain't good enough. They will treat you better. That will make you feel like you're not less of yourself, or at least try to. Because once you know yourself, once you're confident, nobody's going to make you feel like any less of yourself, okay? Let's just start with that. Nobody's going to make you feel any less of yourself if you don't let them. And that's where rejection come in. Like, rejection is not going to faze you anymore once you face rejection and you take it as, okay, maybe this is not for me, or maybe that person is not for me. Once you figure out, like, it's not a right or wrong thing, and rejection is just based on other people's perception of what they want, then you ain't gonna worry about it. It's not gonna faze you. Rejection does not faze me. I mean, sometimes it can hurt my feelings, but I can get over that within a day. Because I can find another opportunity, or I can hang out with another friend and, date somebody else. Somebody does something wrong to me, and I can be happier just knowing that, okay, if one thing doesn't work for me, then another thing will, because it's going to be something that works for you all the time. Another thing you can do to work on your confidence is slowly put yourself out there and slowly go for things that you're afraid of. Now, once you start to let go of the fears and realize, like, maybe things are not as bad as I may think, because sometimes I'd be really nervous about something, and then once I do it, it doesn't seem as bad. It doesn't seem as scary anymore, right? Even though if something can go bad, it may not be the end of the world. Like, oh my God, it's such a bad thing, right? So just go for it. Like I said, just go for it. If you're somebody, let's say you want to become a model and you're afraid to audition to an agency, go ahead and take that step to audition for an agency. Or, develop confidence by, studying your craft first. Like, if you want to do something, take baby steps. Take baby steps. I'm not going to say just hop into something all at once if you're not ready, because then that could lead to anxiety and many other things. And I'm not the type of person that just gonna say go ahead and go for it completely. Take baby steps and slowly get yourself out there. Like, let's say you want to make friends, okay? Maybe you're not comfortable in huge social settings, so maybe going to a party is not for you. Maybe you shouldn't go to a party, but maybe you should go to like a kickback or a restaurant, somewhere that's a little bit more intimate and where you don't have to deal with that many more people, but you can actually talk to people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my TED Talk on that. Just slowly do things that are out of your comfort zone, because being comfortable is going to just keep you where you are. In order to build confidence, it could always be the little things. Do something that you probably never thought you could do. Even if you fail, do it again. Continue to do it until you're good at it. Because a lot of times, our lack of confidence could come from not being good at something that you always wanted to be good at. But nobody is really good at something. I'm not gonna say nobody, but most people are not really good at everything. We're all gonna have our weaknesses. We're all gonna have stuff that we're not good at. So in order to become good at it, just study your craft. Practice makes perfect, okay? So don't expect to have everything all together at once. So basically everything I said in the beginning about spending time alone is very important, especially if you're an introvert. You already do that. So when you're spending that time alone, take a lot of that time to self-reflect and use your time alone for doing things that are positively impacting you as a human being. Engaging into, negative content, negative energy, things that don't serve you will not help you build your confidence or do anything good for you. Some introverts are introverted due to the lack of confidence that they may have. Like I said in the beginning of the video, that doesn't pertain to every introvert, but a lot of introverts are, often just not comfortable around people, or often not comfortable outside of their homes, and that can affect their confidence, or it may have something to do with their confidence. So everything I said in this video hopefully should help you guys out. And yeah, if you're an introvert, you're still a cool human being, you know what I'm saying? Be you. But I also want you guys to be confident with who you are. I also want to piggyback on the part where I said if there's something that you don't like about yourself, feel free to change it. However, it just depends on what it is. I'm not promoting drastic changes unless it's something that you really feel will make you feel better. And I mean as far as beauty standards, because trends change, and as things change, people take on different personas, different personalities. They change with the times, which we all do. But as far as beauty standards, there are those people that follow every beauty standard. They feel the need to get any plastic surgery that goes with these beauty standards. And there's a lot of people that may fake the funk. They may seem confident, but here's what happens. How is that person that may have grew up not being the popular kid, that's the pretty girl, or the popular guy, whatever. And then once they grow up, they have like a little glow up, and then their personality changes to something that's not too good. Like they end up with a shitty personality because they take in that childhood trauma of being bullied or being made fun of or anything like that, or being constantly rejected, right? And they take that out on other people. And I don't feel that is real confidence. I don't feel that it's real confidence, because some people mask it. Some people mask it with material things and appearances, when deep down inside, they are not who they want to be. They don't like who they are, or they want to prove that they're something that they're not. And I don't want y'all to misconstrue that when it comes to changing stuff about yourself. And if you happen to want to change something about yourself that you do not like, it doesn't have to be physical. It could be maybe you don't project your voice high enough. Like, that's just an example, right? And you want to speak up a little bit louder because people don't really hear what you're saying. It could be something as simple as that. Or you don't like how maybe you get up in the middle of the day and you want to start being a morning person. And those little things can make you feel better because you're confident within yourself, and you're also confident with your abilities to carry on with your days. And it could go from anything like that. Also, like with appearances, it doesn't have to be anything drastic. Maybe you want to try a new hairstyle. Like me, I just found out that I like to do long curls on my hair. I don't usually do wand curls on my hair, and I love how it looks on me, so I'm going to be wearing them more often. Or like stuff like that. Or me doing my makeup. I don't really wear makeup, but sometimes I do it and it makes me feel good, and I like how I do my own makeup. So it could be simple stuff like that. Little small things can make you feel better. Or if you don't like the way you dress, you can simply change the way you dress. Don't break the bank now. But you know what I mean? You can change the way you dress if you want to change your style. And it doesn't have anything to do with how other people view you as an individual. It's really how you view yourself, especially if it's something physical. Now, the only time you should probably care what other people are saying about you, and if it's something that you really need to change, is if you're treating other people bad and you don't know how to effectively communicate, and you're not really good at being a good friend, a good lover, or anybody to anybody. Then maybe you should, take that into consideration to change and be a better person. But other than that, you really need to just change for yourself and nobody else. Okay, especially if it's appearances, as long as you like the way you look, then somebody will accept the way you look. Beauty is the eye of the beholder. So as long as you like the way you look, then there's gonna be somebody out there that also thinks that you're beautiful. Okay, y'all, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for my next video. I'm going to be doing more videos, you know, like this one. And I will see y'all later. Peace.